What is up, Colorado? Welcome back to another episode of Nuggets and Brews, where we talk Denver Nuggets and we get to sip on local Colorado craft beer. Two awesome things into one. I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, we can definitely talk Broncos, we can definitely talk Avalanche, maybe some Rockies if they're good, but you know what? This podcast is about the Denver Nuggets and how awesome they are, and about the beautiful thing that Colorado provides, which is awesome breweries and just overall great vibes. So, anyways, my name is Misa. I am your host, and let's get into today's episode. I'm going to make two segments. First episode, I definitely want to go over the win over the Pelicans on Monday night, because my goodness, that was an awesome comeback win. I mean, to be down 20 and then to just come back and win by almost 20, like, they did win by 20. I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah. But anyways, man, they just absolutely, Nuggets are back on a roll. They're just killing it. And, man, I can't wait to get into all of that. But anyways, and in segment 2, I'm going to be doing a preview and predictions of score predictions of the Nuggets and Warriors. The Warriors are coming into town tomorrow night, Wednesday night. And that's going to be another awesome, high-scoring affair, and I can't wait to get into that as well. So anyways, welcome to Nuggets and Brews. My name is Misa. Let's get this show started. All right. Well, anyways, first things first, let's talk about the Pelicans against the Nuggets. First and foremost, my three biggest takeaways from that was, one, Nikola Jokic is still Nikola Jokic. It doesn't matter that he didn't touch the basketball during the offseason. It didn't matter that he was just partying it up, that he was just like with his horses. It didn't matter. Homeboy came for however he did it. I don't know if he was like in a time chamber like in Dragon Ball Z, where time passes differently in this chamber, and like everything, it's like a whole year in that chamber, and everything else is like kind of the same. So Nikola Jokic, whatever your secret was to come to party hard and then come back and play hard, man, the dude's, I don't know how he does it. And you know what? Don't give out your secrets, Jokic. Don't give out those secrets, because you know what? You don't want nobody. Even if they knew your secret, there's no way they can get up to your level. You're like Super Saiyan God right now, and everyone else has to catch up to you. So Nikola Jokic with another amazing triple-double against the Pelicans. Just no answer for Jokic. It doesn't matter what team it doesn't matter who's playing against the Nuggets. The Jokic is always going to either get a double-double, or he's going to get close to a triple-double, or he's going to get a triple-double. So the man he's on a mission again. I'm just, I mean, it's always something with Jokic where he just kind of blows your mind, and you're like, how is this big center continuing to do this? It's just amazing. That's my first takeaway out of the game. The second, Julian Strawther, man, it was a bit of a coming out party for him. Like, we just kind of been waiting for him to kind of get some minutes and kind of be able to kind of get into the rhythm of the offense. And and against the Pelicans, he had the opportunity. He had to get some minutes because obviously, Jamal Murray was down, and so there was minutes available, and he took complete advantage of it. He was absolutely phenomenal. Towards the end of the half and in the fourth quarter. So props to Julian Strawther. My goodness, you go, dude. And my third takeaway, there was this small ball lineup that really interested me, and I'll get a little bit more into that. It was the Gordon, Strawther, Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, and Gillespie lineup. And I definitely want to get into that, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But first, this is Nuggets and Brews, and we're going to drink a beer tonight. So tonight I have this Blueberry Blonde, which is a blonde ale brewed with blueberries, and it's from Lone Tree Brewing. So let's open it up. Let's crack it open. Let's get some ASMR, and let's pour this bad boy. Let's see how it tastes. Let's see how it looks. But first, let me see if I can get a nice little close-up of this beer. Well, let's see if it'll... Oh, it did focus. Very nice. So, anyways, check out Lone Tree Brewing. They are not sponsoring me in any way, but Lone Tree, if you're watching, send me some free beer, or I don't know, invite me to your tap room. Would love to try all of your beers. I mean, all of them. Anyways, let's crack this open and let's see how it tastes. That is a really nice color. Definitely blonde for sure. Tons of bubbles. It definitely smells like blueberries. Let's give it a sip. Yo. Yo, this is good. This is so refreshing. Super nice bubbles. It's almost like borderline champagne, this beer. Like, it's just so crispy, it's so crushable. Definitely some good blueberry notes in there, but it's like not sweet or in any way, just like that. Just like the nice little back end flavor of blueberries. This is great. This is awesome. Like, if you're looking for like an alternative, that's something like that's not like an IPA or a porter or anything like that, but you just want something that's refreshing and like it's just not gonna like completely kill your palate. This is great. I definitely recommend this. Again, Lone Tree Brewing, Blueberry Blonde, blonde ale brewed with blueberries. So absolutely fantastic. Definitely recommend it. Anyways, let's get on with my third takeaway, which was that Gordon Strawther, Julian Strawther, Christian Brown, Payne Watson, and Gillespie lineup. It was a bit of a small lineup, but it was like a really great athletic lineup. Like, everyone was super athletic, everyone's super long, everyone can defend, everyone can switch, everyone can defend like 1 through 5. And to have Gordon at center, it was like such a new lineup. I've never seen it before. And you can either swap out Gillespie for Reggie Jackson, and you can definitely run a bit of a small lineup that way, which will be great for the Warriors who are coming up, and they love to play that small lineup. So this is something that I look forward to seeing again, because I felt like they really they really pressured the Pelicans with this lineup. You know, they were just kind of getting deflections. They were getting out and running, and this team, this group, was really able to get out and run and really get some easy buckets. So those 3 takeaways: Jokic with a triple double again, Julian Strawther with his coming out party, and then this lineup that I'm really looking forward to. So, but anyways, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about maybe some notable stats. 2 that really stuck out for me, and again, Porter with another 20+ point game. 3 assists, 9 rebounds. So homeboy's not only scoring, he's getting involved on the rebounds, and he's also getting out in transition. He had like 2 great cuts for dunks. He had an alley-oop from Nikola Jokic. I mean, Porter is just super active, and you can tell he's kind of he's getting back into the rhythm of things, you know, despite the slow start to start the season. So he's really getting into it. And Gordon, Aaron Gordon, 15 points, 6 assists, and 12 rebounds. Another solid double-double. I mean, not only is he, like, he had opportunities, and he had, not opportunities, he actually had possessions where he ran the offense, and he looked great. I mean, he looked like a little mini Jokic out there. He's learning from the best. So, of course, you know, he's going to try and attempt those because, you know, just like every other player in the Nuggets, everyone wants to play that Jokic style of basketball, which is like being able to assist, being able to cut, rebound, and just play for each other and play that really unified style of basketball that we've really grown accustomed to as Nuggets fans. So, awesome by Gordon. And also Julian Strawther, 21 points, 5 of 9 from 3. Like, that is amazing. Like, in such a short amount of time. I think he only played like 20 minutes. So he was super efficient with his minutes, and he really took advantage of his playing time. So that was awesome to see. But just a little bit about the game. The Pelicans. For the first that first quarter, it was a little bit back and forth, a little defensive, and all of a sudden, like, the Pelicans just caught fire. I think Jordan Hawkins and Matt Ryan, man, they were awesome. I mean, they just kept chucking up threes, and they were just making them. And I kept just telling myself, like, somebody cover those two. So they were just like their best scoring threat out there all night, and they were just making. It felt like they were making every three. Jordan Hawkins finished with 31 points. He was 7 of 14 from three. That's nuts. That's insane. That's a crazy clip. And then Matt Ryan obviously finishes with 17 points, 4 of 6 from three. I mean, they were just shooting lights out in that first half, and also in that first quarter when the Pelicans really got up. They got not in the first quarter, but in that second half, they got like a really good solid 20-point lead, and it was just off of those threes. And Nuggets they just weren't defending the way we're accustomed to seeing them defend. And, you end the second half, the Pelicans are up 71-59, but the Nuggets had to really work hard to kind of cut that lead to where it was, because they were really down quite a lot. And so they had to, I think Nuggets scored like 34 points, something around that clip. But, I mean, Pelicans scored quite a lot too. I think they scored about 40 points in that second half, in that second quarter. So it really put the Nuggets in a bind, and they really had to just up the tempo, and they had to start making shots because nobody was making threes, and for whatever reason, the Nuggets just weren't attacking the basket and putting pressure on the Pelicans on the interior. It's not like they have huge, it's not like the Pelicans have like a huge like rim protector or anything like that. I mean, yes, they do have Brandon Ingram and Valanciunas, who's, I mean, they're relatively big, but they're not like crazy athletic that they're just gonna swap you every time. Yes, they are lanky, they're tall, but like it wasn't anything to be concerned about. Like the Nuggets with Porter and Jokic and also Gordon, who's super athletic, they should have been able to get easier buckets in that first half, but for whatever reason, they just were playing a little timid. But in the second half, they turned it up, they cut the lead, and we were back in business. So we were like, all right, they cut it. Let's have a good third quarter, and boy, did the Nuggets deliver. For the first 7 minutes, the Pelicans only scored about 9 points. And that really allowed the Nuggets to immediately get back into the game. And all of a sudden, Jokic was cooking. Porter was cooking. And you were getting defensive stops. You were getting defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds. They were getting out and running. And so we was back to Nuggets basketball that we come to love. And so that second half, it was just like a barrage of like great play after great play, dunks, transition buckets. And the Pelicans started to get a little tired. It seemed like, hopefully, I like to think that the altitude got, to them a little bit, because they started missing shots. They weren't as hot from three. And they just felt a little dysfunctional after the Nuggets kind of made a defensive run, because they really started putting pressure on the Pelicans. And it was just an awesome half to really come back, from so many points down, in the first half to go down 20 to then go up 20 in just like a span, a quick span. It was just like, it was awesome to see. But man, the once the Nuggets got going, the crowd was absolutely into it, and we were 100% behind them. And once Julian Strawther started making some threes, in that fourth quarter, oh my goodness, that place was just erupted. And Julian Strawther wasn't just making threes. He's got a great floater game where he's got that almost like a push floater type shot where it's very effective and it works for him. Great all around game from him. Just a great coming out party for him. I'm really happy for this kid, and I hope he gets more playing time, because like I've said in previous episodes, he's got more to his game that we haven't seen yet, and I'm sure there's going to be more to his game that he can develop over the years if the Nuggets decide to keep him, which they should, because he's shown that he's great for the system, and he's shown that even in the preseason, like, he kind of understands what his role is, and I'm sure he's going to be comfortable with his role, because he looks like a winner, and he looks like he likes to win as opposed to just him being a me-only player. So let's keep him going. Let's get him some more minutes, and let's see what happens, man. Because there's gonna be nights like against the Pelicans where Jamal Murray's not gonna be there. Someone's gonna have to pick up that scoring, that scoring deficiency that the Nuggets are gonna be missing with Murray out. So let's give him some minutes. Let's keep it going, and hopefully he limits his mistakes and just shoots confidently like he did against the Pelicans. But anyways, Nuggets finish out the fourth. The fourth. It was just kind of much more of the same. The fourth quarter, the Nuggets just continued attacking, and the Pelicans just didn't have any answer. And at some point, they were just like, you know what, we're done. We're putting in the subs, and final score ended up being like 134 Nuggets, Pelicans 116. So awesome win by the Nuggets. Great comeback from them, and it was just. It was just super exciting, and it was great to see that championship pedigree come to life in that second half, because we know the Nuggets have it now, and we know they love to defend their home court, and by all means they should be defending their home court. It's very important that they get these home court wins against Western Conference opponents. It's gonna come handy later in the year, so you might as well get these wins now, and also, come on, you're at home, crowd was into it. You gotta secure that win. So awesome win. Anyways, that wraps up segment 1 of Nuggets and Brews. My name is Misa. You're watching Nuggets and Brews. What is up, Colorado? Welcome back to Nuggets and Brews, where we talk Denver Nuggets and we get to sip on local Colorado craft beer. My name is Misa. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you like to call it. I like to call it X, but some people like to call it Twitter. I don't care. Follow us on everything, and also cheers if you have a beer. I just we just love talking Nuggets and drinking beer. Again, I'm drinking this blueberry blonde from Lone Tree Brewing, so check it out. I got this from Molly's, so if you happen to be at Molly's or Argonaut or wherever you like to get your beer, check it out. It's really refreshing. Anyways, let's get into segment 2. I want to talk about the Warriors are against the Nuggets on Wednesday night. This is going to be a late game. It's going to be around 8 p.m. It's going to be on ESPN. And so, it's going to be a big game. It is. And every time the Warriors come into town, anytime either of these two teams play, anytime that they've played in the past, since 2020, it's been, fun. It's been, up and down type game. And I can't wait for this one because it's been a while since we played the Warriors. And the last time we beat the Warriors, I think the last game we beat them. I don't exactly sure if we won the series last year. I think we did, or maybe we might have split it. I forgot to check. But overall, Warriors is another team not much like the Lakers, but kind of like the Lakers. That we Nuggets fans we really don't like the Warriors, and they're really annoying. They're really good. It's not that we hate you. We respect the heck out of Warriors because, we look at your franchise and we look at all the success you've had. And up until, before we won the championship, we were always like, dang, I wish the Nuggets were kind of like the Warriors, And so now they're very similar. Obviously, Warriors have more championships, but as far as playing style, the Warriors and Nuggets play a very similar style where they love to move the ball. They love to move without the basketball. They love to cut. They love to shoot threes. They like to, get you out in transition, and they make you play defense. So this is going to be a very interesting game. You're having one team that really, he's probably going to play a little faster than the Nuggets, but the Nuggets is a much bigger team. So, for me, I want to see the Nuggets just hammer them on the inside. This is a much bigger team. And it's not like the Nuggets are too big to the point where they can't run with the Warriors. No. The Nuggets can easily run with the Warriors. They can get up and down, and that's just like the Nuggets style of play. So it's going to be a matchup of who can make the most buckets, and obviously who's gonna miss the most shots, because in a make or miss league, you're gonna basically rely on your defense, but also you're gonna rely on momentum changing plays and momentum changing runs, because I expect each team to be making runs. The Nuggets going to go up, 9-0 run, 9-2 run. Warriors are going to go on a 10-4 run. Like, it's just going to be back and forth, and I expect this to be a really like up tempo type game. But I just want the Nuggets to just really use this opportunity to kind of show the Warriors, like, hey, you're not necessarily that their time has passed, but we're the new big dogs in town. And even though we the Nuggets haven't really beaten the Warriors in the playoffs, we've played them tough, and it sucks that we got swept. Or no, we didn't get swept by them. We lost like 4-1 in a couple of years back, and so some of that still kind of lingers around for Nuggets fans. We felt like if Jamal wasn't hurt, we could have definitely won that series, and given how Murray might not play against the Warriors on Wednesday, it's definitely going to bring another element of like, no, we can compete against you. And I think that element and that talking point will rise again if Murray doesn't play, and also if the Nuggets end up losing on Wednesday night. But beside that, the Nuggets have really good depth, just like the Warriors. They play this really like cohesive brand of basketball. The Warriors not always, though. They kind of tend to they especially Stephen Curry loves to shoot that three, and he tends to fall in love a little bit too much with that three. I don't always mind him taking those threes, because he just kind of chucks them up, and you just hope he doesn't make them. And sometimes he won't make them, but you just have to secure those long rebounds, and just make them pay in transition, and make sure that you're getting those easy buckets, because the Warriors are going to make a run. They just know how to play together, and they know how to just make you like make mistakes on defense. So if you can limit your mistakes and not allow, and just make it as tough as possible for the Warriors, you do have a chance. They're going to get their points. They're going to get theirs, but you just have to stay solid every possession and just make it as tough as possible for them. But also put a lot of pressure on them defensively, because as well as they play defensively, the Warriors do lack size. So attack them on the interior, put a lot of pressure on them, and make them work just as much as they're making you work on the other end. So, let's get into predictions. It's gonna be another Nuggets win. I'm sorry, like you have to close out the homestand with a win, so you can obviously continue building your resume. You can continue building a good record in the West, and that way you can get that first game against the Warriors at home, so you can just kind of knock that one off. All right, so my prediction: Nuggets 124. Warriors 117. It's going to be a little closer than last couple games, but I feel like the Nuggets are going to have more than enough to just kind of not only extend the lead, but kind of get away from them a little bit towards the end, and kind of make it kind of make it a little exciting towards the end. But I think the Nuggets just end up having that championship pedigree shows up again. So Nuggets 124, Warriors 117. You heard it here first. That's my prediction for tomorrow's game. It's going to be a really fun one, up and down style. And expect a lot of big plays, a lot of fun plays, and just a huge, big up-tempo type of game where teams are just kind of running back and forth. Big threes, big shots. It's going to be a big game. And, Nuggets always get up to play whenever they play the Warriors. They really love to play the Warriors, and they love nationally televised games now. They've seemed to show up on big moments, and we can't wait. So I'm going to be there. So if you happen to be at the game, if you happen to see me, come say hello, come talk some Nuggets with me. I'd love to meet you. So anyways, that concludes my ramblings for tonight. Thank you so much for watching Nuggets and Brews. My name is Misa. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nuggets and Brews. Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and yeah, hopefully at some point we'll put all these podcasts into an audio format, and you can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and things like that. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching Nuggets and Brews. Thanks for listening at my ramblings. Cheers, Colorado. Have an awesome day.